आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
6,950 days. That's how long it has been to that fateful day of 11 July 2006, when in a span of 11 minutes, 7 back-to-back bombs were detonated on Mumbai's local trains. I remember it. I can never forget that day. In 11 minutes, 189 lives were lost, 800 were injured, thousands of destinies altered. Ladies and gentlemen, today, it is with great sadness that I say that it's a shocking verdict that the people accused of the crime have been let off. This should never have happened. Let's debate.
189 dead, over 800 injured, and 19 years later, all 12 accused acquitted. This is the story of the biggest botch-up of a terrorism investigation in the history of independent India, at the forefront of which was Mumbai police, the Maharashtra police and the Maharashtra ATS. Today, the Bombay High Court acquitted 12 accused, 5 of whom had a death sentence in the 2006 Mumbai serial train blast case. Tearing the prosecution's case apart, the High Court said that the prosecution had utterly failed to establish the offences beyond a reasonable doubt, adding that it was therefore unsafe to reach to satisfaction that the accused had committed the offence. The Bombay High Court said this while acquitting the 12 men that were early held guilty by a trial court for carrying out 7 serial blasts within a span of 11 minutes on the 11th of July 2006 on Mumbai local trains. The entire investigation of the prosecution was hinged on 3 planks: eyewitnesses, recoveries, and confessions. On eyewitness, first, the police botched up by allowing the critical test identification parade to be carried out by an unauthorized officer, leading to many testimonies being thrown out. While in some cases, eyewitness statements were recorded after months, drawing their recall power into question. Shockingly, in the case, the police failed to establish link between the RDX recovery and circuit boards with the type of bomb used, as technical experts were never able to ascertain the kind of bombs used by the accused. The court also found some sections of the confessions of the accused to be identical, with DCPS even messing up correspondence on the offences of the accused. Apart from the shameful alleged copy-pasting, the police failed to establish the voluntary nature of the confessions with no proper documentation. Instead, it was the accused who established torture by the police in court and argued that the confessions were extorted. All the politicians in Mumbai are at a loss of words.
जो भी हाई कोर्ट की जो भी ऑर्डर है, ऑफिशियल ऑर्डर इशू होने के बाद माननीय मुख्यमंत्री महोदय इसके ऊपर सरकार की तरफ से जो एक्शन लेनी जरूरी है वो एक्शन बिल्कुल लेंगे. और इस मामले में मैंने अभी कुछ बोलना उचित नहीं रहेगा. माननीय मुख्यमंत्री महोदय इस पे बोलेंगे.
आपल्या सगळ्यांकरताच हा निर्णय अतिशय शॉकिंग अशा प्रकारचा निर्णय आहे. अशा प्रकारचा निर्णय येणं हे निश्चितच धक्कादायक आहे. मी अजून काही पूर्ण निर्णय वाचलेला नाही, पण मी तात्काळ आपल्या जे काही वकील आहेत त्यांच्याशी चर्चा केली आणि त्यांना मी सांगितलेलं आहे की आपण सुप्रीम कोर्टमध्ये याला चॅलेंज केलं पाहिजे आणि आमचा प्रयत्न आहे की लवकरात लवकर सर्वोच्च न्यायालयामध्ये जाऊन या निर्णयाला आम्ही चॅलेंज करू.
बॉम्बे हाई कोर्ट का जो वर्डिक्ट है, मैं उस वर्डिक्ट को एक मुंबईकर होने के नाते मैं एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर सकता.
सबसे बड़ी बात यह है ना, प्रोसिक्यूटर क्या कर रहा था, राज्य की जिम्मेदारी ज्यादा होती है. अब रही बात तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट पे जाइए.
Even the Congress, which was in power when the blast took place and perhaps oversaw the original investigation, is today pointing fingers.
राज्य सरकार से ये निवेदन रहेगा, क्योंकि राज्य सरकार के कहीं ना कहीं इसमें गलतियां है. राज्य सरकार की तरफ से ये फेलियर हुआ है कि जिस तरह से डॉक्यूमेंटेशन, एविडेंस और पीपी को प्रेजेंट करना चाहिए था उस तरह से नहीं हुआ है. तो आने वाले दिनों में जो है वो माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालय में ये केस जाए और सर्वोच्च न्यायालय में दाखिल होने के बाद इसका पूरा एविडेंस अच्छे से बनाया जाए.
The victims are completely distraught.
So something might have gone wrong in the High Court. We don't know what exactly.
Why you are in wheelchair?
I got a spinal cord injury. At the age of 21, I got this injury. Then I was wheelchair bound. If you see the law of the land, justice is not delivered.
मैं चाहता हूँ कि ये देखो ये हमारा लड़ाई है वो आगे चलना चाहिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक ये मामला जाना चाहिए हमारे बेटी को तो नहीं मिला हमारे साथ में हमारी बेटी के साथ जो और भी लोग गुजरे हैं उनको भी इंसाफ किसी को नहीं मिला ना इंसाफ तो किसी को नहीं मिला
The big question remains, who failed the thousands of victims of the 2006 Mumbai train blasts? The law, the politicians, or the Mumbai police and Maharashtra ATS?
This case proves that citizens in this country do not matter. Politicians all have a smile on their face. Have you seen that? PK Jain? Today, all the politicians, he must be his mistake, must be his mistake, must be his mistake. It's what I call a setting between all political parties. For them, this is good fodder for a BMC election, for a state government election. The situation will get polarized. But nobody is responsible. This country's collective failure is that 189 people died, and today we are told, PK Jain, nobody is responsible.
Absolutely. Arnab, thank you very much for having me here. I'm absolutely shell-shocked. I have never seen a verdict like this in which such a huge loss of life and limbs and everybody goes scot-free. I mean, unless it is by design, I don't know what to say about it. Now, what happens is that if you want to find faults with any investigation, the investigation has stood the test of time before the special court that was trying this case. The trial court has convicted these people, some death sentences and some sentenced for life. And suddenly here, after almost about 9 years, we have a reversal of judgment in which we find that everybody has been acquitted and the High Court now says that there is not an iota of evidence against the accused. This never happens. Cases of this type are investigated very, very seriously, supervised very closely. And that is why before the trial court, which goes into the merits of the case, which goes into all the documentation that has been collected by the police, it bases its judgment.
Where is the will in any government?
Has convicted these people.
Where is the will today?
The trial court has convicted these people.
Where is the will today? China and
see, once a judgment has come,
there is no fight. There is no fight here. Nobody is going to go on the streets, China and see. Nobody is going to protest on the streets, China and see. Even BJP, even you, there is no anger today. If I open my phone lines, you'll feel the anger. Your anger is quenched because you are in power, China. It's just something on which you need to make statements. There is no anger. Ladies and gentlemen, today, the entire quote-unquote system has failed the citizen.
As a Mumbaikar.
No, but that is all soft responses as a Mumbaikar. I want to ask you, as a part of the ruling government, what do you think?
19 years down, yes. I think it's a very shocking verdict and it's a very sad day for Mumbaikars at large. The Mumbai High Court acquitting 12 people, of which 189 people lost lives 19 years ago, 800 plus were injured. And what were we hoping, Arnab? We were actually hoping that 5 death sentences and 7 life imprisonments would be pronounced. And look at what.
No, but has it been your government's priority? You've been in power for long enough to change things. If the initial prosecution got it wrong,
if you hear
if the prosecution initially got it wrong, what did you do to get it right in the last 3 years?
Hello?
What did you do to get it right in the last 3 years?
Arnab, I can't hear you, but
I am saying, what did you do?
Citing torture or unreliable witnesses or saying flawed identification parades or procedural lapses, all of that could be cleared. I mean, obviously, the administration, if they had put their heart, mind, soul into this case, I think we have failed beyond doubt.
No, why would they want to do that? Are you saying there's some appeasement politics going on?
And I think it's a very
what is the reason for it? Come to brass tacks.
In Maharashtra and especially
come to brass tacks. Why did the prosecution do a bad job?
Synchronized.
No, 1 minute. So I think I've lost the audio line. The viewers, I want to make a point. You see, Waris, in our country.
And we know.
Yeah. In our country, when you want to go after a common man, you put a common man in jail for 50 years without the slightest bit of evidence. I think the government at that time wanted to protect the accused. It's quite clear to me. Now, who was in government at that time? Akhil Swami, who was in government in that time in Delhi, in Mumbai?
Well, may I?
See, if I have to choose between media trial and the High Court decision, I will, whatever High Court has done, I won't raise any question on that. Let us go to Supreme Court and see that if the persons are involved, they should be punished.
No, there's nothing to see. Now, you said 19 years we waste. 19 years. After 19 years, you're saying go to the Supreme Court.
Accused should be punished. Malegaon, there should not be any laxity, and the Malegaon accused should be punished. I don't know whether they were accused or not, they were the real culprits or not. I do not know. Whatever High Court has done, I accept, I give honor to it. Go to Supreme Court, prove that they are guilty, hang them.
This is the approach of the Congress party. Waris Pathan.
By the Congress government.
Yeah. Waris
Pathan. This government is so incompetent. In your show, they are trying to prove that the Maharashtra government is incompetent. When the crime occurred is a different issue. When the judgment is pronounced,
when the crime occurred is not a different issue.
And you are
okay, one minute. Akhil, Waris. When the crime occurred is the most important issue.
No,
it is not, because the prosecution acts in the immediate aftermath of the event, collecting recoveries, eyewitnesses and confessional statements. The eyewitness testimonies are thrown out on the basis of technicalities that the Mumbai police at that time chose not to do well. So the police sometimes chooses not to do things well because it wants to leave some legroom, Waris Pathan. You all know, the police knows exactly on which floor of theirs the accused can get away. That's what's happened here.
Well, Arnab, we welcome the judgment passed by the Honorable High Court today. We're acquitting the 12 accused persons who were...
But you will be the first person to oppose if the Malegaon case, Shrikant Purohit is let off. I will see your response on that day.
Merely on the basis of suspicion, they were arrested.
So merely on the basis of suspicion, you have put Shrikant Purohit, Colonel Shrikant Purohit, a uniformed officer, in jail for the longest time.
Says today, he should have been sent to jail. There is no evidence. The prosecution miserably failed.
Yeah, and all the witnesses have gone hostile against Shrikant Purohit and Sadhvi Pragya.
Acquittal. Today, talk about today. Sadhvi Pragya.
I'm talking about today. 187 people were killed. Who killed them? Who killed 187 people?
I also spoke about the Honorable for the ATS to inquire. Because of them, 12 people spent their 19 years of youth in jail. It is for the government and for the ATS to inquire where are those people who actually committed the crime. And because of them, today, Arnab, let me tell you who's going to compensate them. Accountability must be fixed by the government of the day. Then how can you just keep some 12 people in the jail?
Okay, one minute, just one minute. I tell you, the then police commissioner, A.N. Roy, I have Ujjwal Nigam joining us right now. Ujjwal Nigam, now new Rajya Sabha member of parliament. I congratulate him. He's been a great special public prosecutor, senior public prosecutor, senior advocate.
The Honorable High Court also spoke that the torture theory is no.
Yeah, Waris.
Which you were saying is clear.
Waris, listen to Ujjwal.
They were tortured, forced, coerced to give confessions. That is why we say the MCOCA and the UAP are draconian laws. And we objected for the UAP implementation. Whosoever was ruling that time, I make myself very clear.
Whosoever? Why don't you say who?
The first to say.
Why don't you say who?
What do
you mean whosoever?
If you
Ujjwal Nigam, we come to the moot point. Did the Congress, NCP, did they come together? Did they come together to provide an easy route to the accused in the 2006 Mumbai serial blast case? Ujjwal Nigam, please.
Arnab, really I'm shocked to learn about the acquittal of all the accused person in this case. But quite apart, it's the judgment of the Bombay High Court. But let me tell you very frankly that when the investigation was on and when the charge sheet was filed against this accused person, there were two different divergent theories were emerging. The first theory that was emerged by ATS, of which the accused were arrested, and the second theory which was emerged from the crime branch of Mumbai police, that some other Indian Mujahideen is behind the rail blast. I'm not on that. What I'm observing is a lack of communication between the two different agencies, and there was no proper control by the appropriate authority over these two agencies. This is the mess of the investigation, number one. Number second, I have really pains to note that why this appeal against conviction had taken a long time. This is number one. Number two is, when we prefer appeal against acquittal, again that appeal against acquittal never comes to the High Court in the time. It will take us. So now, from this judgment, I think government has to develop such mechanism that either appeal from acquittal or appeal from conviction, it should be decided within a minimum period of 1 year. This is number one. So while the present case is concerned, I have not gone through the entire judgment. I'm now traveling in a car. But since you have called me, therefore I joined this show. But the judgment, the court not only disbelieved the evidence, but the court has raised certain mute question. Now we have to check up the entire evidence which was marshaled in the trial court. So I can't comment at the juncture upon the quality of the evidence.
One point to you, Ujjwal Nikam. This is not a botched up. It's a crazy prosecution, very bad prosecution. What action should be taken, if any, against the people who botched up the evidence? Why should there be no accountability, and who was in government and who was running the police at that time?
Yes.
I totally agree with you. But this would be a very bold step to say like that, because unless the whole evidence is scrutinized and how this evidence, of course, the government of Maharashtra also should set up inquiry in this matter, because why this has happened like this.
So
because
how can an unauthorized officer carry out the test identification parade without the police knowing that if they allow an unauthorized officer to carry out the test identification parade, this can become a fantastic ground for the eyewitnesses to be thrown out and the case to be closed?
In this case,
I'm trying to say someone's managed it from the back. Someone has managed this from the back. You know?
Who is that person?
Yeah.
How you tell me? Who was the Home Minister? Shivraj Patil. Who was the Home Minister in Maharashtra? R.R. Patil.
People lost their career, lost their future, present, everything. 12 families shattered, Arnab. Who are those people responsible for the blast because of whom this innocent people's life got shattered? Their family's life was shattered.
PK Jain.
The Bombay High Court clearly said there is no evidence.
There was a conviction already in place. It is only that in appeal that the entire case has been thrown out. There was a conviction. If you are talking about that there was no evidence, these people were innocent, then trial court is not a fool that they've given a conviction in this case.
No, I tell you here, this is proof of one thing. This is proof of one thing. This is proof. This is proof, Kishore Tiwari, that people don't matter in this country. People don't matter. You are busy going around beating people on the roads for not speaking Marathi. But why doesn't Uddhav Thackeray carry out a march in Mumbai against this verdict? Will he lose the Muslim vote? That's why. Why doesn't he go to the Muslim-dominated areas of Mumbai and make a speech about how he's against this verdict?
So true.
Arnab, if you look at the decision of the trial court,
and you know
I
why not?
I think
because they have strongly
Shana, he has asked me. Let me speak, Shana. This is the unfortunate decision. This is if you ask PK Jain, this is a complete failure of a prosecution in a higher court.
No, it is not. It is not.
I think if the trial court convicts the people and giving a death sentence, and the whole batch of the convicted are released, then the responsibility lies with the state. The prosecution should admit that.
No, but are you saying that Uddhav Thackeray is too scared to make a comment on it?
If we look at the Ujjwal...
Why is Uddhav Thackeray too scared to make a comment on it? Yeah, Waris?
He was murdered.
Waris?
Arnab, Because they
The advocate who was representing the accused at that stage in 2006, Shahid Azmi, he was also murdered. What is the reality? Let the truth come before the nation. The nation wants to know the truth, Arnab. I mean, that is the thing. Can you not say Shahid Azmi was murdered who was representing this accused in the courts?
Arnab, can I please
2006, I'm talking about that.
Shaina is countering you. Shaina.
What happened to him?
The judges concluded.
That is also a reason.
Look, we have the courage of conviction to say that the judges concluded that the prosecution had utterly failed to prove the case beyond reasonable doubt. This is a slap on the people of India, the people of Maharashtra and the people of Mumbai who lost 189 people in this attack where you had 7 consecutive blasts. We have the conviction and the morality as well as the political will to say we will challenge this order in the Supreme Court. What has Uddhav Thackeray done? It's only vote bank politics. Is there one statement which has come out after all these 12 men have been acquitted
for committing the blast? These people are now innocent. They have been declared innocent. They have been given a clear acquittal by the Honorable High Court. Now, where are those actual people who committed this crime because of 189 people died? What was your prosecuting agency doing? What is the ATS doing? They must go and catch hold of those people responsible for them.
And there were procedural lapses. You continue to play your vote bank politics, sir. You play your vote bank politics. The judgment came, yes, because we will go to the Supreme Court. 19 years on after the bombings, which involved 7 synchronized explosions targeting, forget the people in every compartment in the western lines.
Few of them lost their parents, some of them families, the 5 children everywhere are scattered because of the few people who arrested them.
Waris, more people died. Shaina, I think for many people, because people have a short memory nowadays, I want to remind you, we were in Mumbai. When we just that year we started.
Remind them.
And when this happened, I want to remind people, more people died in this attack than in 26/11.
Devendra Fadnavis should resign. Devendra Fadnavis should resign.
I'm on TV.
And Congress party, which is responsible for the prosecution.
Well, those who responsible.
Devendra Fadnavis should
resign. The prosecution was done by RR Patil, NCP and Congress or Devendra Fadnavis?
Devendra Fadnavis
should also
Who is responsible for the shady investigation? You do shady investigation.
What? 1 minute. You Congress party only play your vote bank politics. Devendra Fadnavis has said in 5 minutes that we will go to the Supreme Court and we will challenge this. And we will get the facts in the case and of 19 years on.
What about the 19 years lost by the innocent people, Arnab, because of their foolishness?
Yeah, sure. The greatest irony in this country, that those who were held responsible, all the 12 convicts in the 2006 Mumbai blast case have been let off, but the case continues against Sadhvi Pragya and Colonel Shrikant Purohit. What an irony. What hypocrisy. We'll track this. Ladies and gentlemen, when I'm back at 9 o'clock, why personally I'm completely against a debate in Parliament on Operation Sindoor. I'll make my points when I'm back.
For a quick breather, Arnab will be right back with the debate.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।